Hello and welcome. My name is TyrionLanstr. Alright folks, today I want to talk about the changes that have been made to Alliance Conquest. There's been a lot that's going on right now, but I want to deal with this first, specifically with some of the changes to the map itself. So if we go to the match description, as you can see now, there are these two additional things, a Targaryen mine and a Lannister mine. So what exactly is the role of these new buildings and how do they affect things? Well, if you go down to the other descriptions, I believe it's in this description, in the match description, just scroll down, and at the very bottom you now see there are these descriptions for the two mines. What they essentially say is that after 45 minutes, then these buildings will make themselves open. So think about it, the first 15 minutes when all the other buildings are open. You have 30 minutes of fighting, and then for the final 15 minutes, you have these two mines open. What these two mines, the way they work, is that you don't get anything for actually occupying them first. You don't really get any bonus points for you don't really get a bonus per minute passively from the building itself. You get it based on each reinforcement. So as you can see, you get 100 per minute for each reinforcement. So in theory, you can have up to 30 reinforcements. So that is 3,000 per minute. Yeah, that's a lot. As you can see, you can only get a maximum of 20,000 points from it, but that's a ton. In theory, if you get both of these, that's 40,000 points. Just be really clear about something. Holding Casterly Rock, which is usually a huge shift in power, that's worth 300 per minute. Having just 4 people in one of these is worth more than holding Casterly Rock. That is huge. I mean, that is just really I hope that you guys understand just how important, that's the 300 per minute for Casterly, just how important these buildings are going to be. Now, again, you can only get up to 20k with them, but if you can get that quickly, you could in theory be down by 30,000 points, get both of these buildings, and all of a sudden, boom, you win. So getting them full very quickly is going to be key, and these buildings are really going to change the match. I think that what is good about this is that it's really going to incentivize people to not give up after they lose the race for Casterly Rock. There's now kind of another thing to go for, a thing to matter, that really is going to change the way that the event goes. And it means that you can't really just leave your strongest guys in the port and in Casterly Rock, because you need them to actually hold these buildings. These buildings are even more important than those. So definitely going to change up the way people are playing. Definitely going to really change the dynamics of this game mode, but a lot of fun and really going to be interesting. Now there's another change that was made to Alliance Conquest, and that is with these skills. So as you can see, you have 3 skills that you'll be able to basically slot in, and you can see you can drop them in, but they can only be done by the actual management. So I'm going to go through what each of the 6 of these are, and kind of what I would say are probably going to be the most likely ones that people use. So first, we have this one that basically is going to increase your marching speed by 40% for 3 minutes. Okay, so we got marching speed 40%, 3 minutes. This one is going to increase your total attack by 40%. This one doesn't specify how long. I assume they're all about the same amount of time. This one says 3 minutes with a cooldown of 5 minutes. I assume this is also 3 minutes with a cooldown of 5 minutes. This one is going to be a troop counter ratio is going to go up by 10%. This one means your troop counter ratio is reduced by 15%. So basically, just explaining the difference between these two things, let's say you're using infantry against spears, then your counter ratio, that infantry does a little bit extra damage, 10% more because it's countered, versus in this case, when you get countered, so if you were the spears and they were the inf, then you would be reducing how much that difference is by 15%. Both of these are pretty good. I mean, counters really do matter a lot in this mode, but I will say that anyone that's using bows basically makes these two things worthless because there are no counters and you don't get countered by bows. So these would not have any effect if you're facing a bow alliance or a bow leader. Okay, last two. This one is going to increase your healing speed by 40%, and this one is going to increase your Lord's rally size by 300,000 for 3 minutes. The fact that they only specify the times with these two and the rest are just say it. It might be that those mean that the others last the whole time. That would be pretty surprising to me. It wouldn't make a lot of sense. I think they're probably all 3-minute timers with a 5-minute cooldown. It doesn't appear to me that they cost you anything. Again, that might change, but it does not. There's nothing here that suggests that they cost anything. I think it's just going to be you get to use them. I will be honest. I think this is going to definitely introduce a little more strategy into the match. It means that coordination matters all the more. Now it's not just about holding the mother, but maybe communicating to everyone. All right, wait. Okay, we're using our heal buff. Everyone heal now. Waiting for that to happen. My guess is also that you can only have one buff on at once, but if this goes for like 3 minutes, you're kind of stuck with that for a little while. Similarly, using this rally size buff for 3 minutes, if you can get 2 whole rallies out, if you can, get the rallies up, send them out, and then get another one set up in that 3 minutes, that's a huge difference between only being able to get one out. So it's really going to force people to be even more coordinated than they have been in the past. I think that for me, the most likely ones that people are going to use, I would say the rally size increase of 300,000. That seems really good. I would say that the total attack increase by 40% is really good, and then the healing speed increase by 40%. I feel like healing speed is going to be good for alliances that aren't trying to spend exorbitant amounts on winning this. I'm going to be honest, the marching speed, I could see people wanting it at the beginning if it means that they win races, but I doubt that it would work that well. But in theory, if it does, then that's great. But I don't see people wanting this one, and then the 2 counters just for the reasons I said about the bows, and because we are still in pretty much a bow meta, I don't see the counters being quite as widely used, so I think these are probably the 3 that'll be used the most. But that's it for all the changes to AC. Definitely a lot of cool stuff going on. Hope you guys are getting excited. As you can see, in just a few more days, we're going to be getting our new season of Alliance Conquest. So until then, my name is TyrionLanstr. I'll see you then.